name is Nicole Green, and today I'm going to answer some questions about traceability certification. I'm so glad that you could join us. The ISIA Traceability Certification Program is an international set of standards for the blood products and animal serum industry. The emphasis of the ISIA Traceability Program is on systems and controls to ensure quality and traceability of a product from where the material is collected at the abattoir all the way to the end user. The program has been in place for about 14 years. A sound traceability audit is based on several key aspects. During the process, the whole supply chain is included in the scope. Thus, independently owned raw material suppliers and abattoirs are included in the audit. All facilities used by the ISIA company are within the scope, as well as secondary processing facilities, which may be independent of the parent company, and even storage facilities. The supply chain is reviewed through randomly selected batches to ensure there is evidence of where the material was collected through to end users. This assures complete traceability and quality of products as they move through various companies and even countries. Certain aspects of the overall quality management system are required to support each step of the collection and manufacturing process. A current traceability certification audit is confirmation of truth in source as well as the quality of serum products. The checklist is broken down into sections from blood collection to final filtration. Audit, it was decided which of these sections apply to your specific business. The auditor, the ISIA being audited, agreed on these well in advance of the audit. And for that reason, any type of animal serum company can be audited. So how does the program work? The checklist covers what, at a minimum, is required on items such as packing lists and labels. Looking at each of these provides evidence to the auditor that your system shows traceability and transparency of each batch. Some points to highlight: country of collection is required on the bottle label for both raw and finished serum, as well as the box label. For the auditor to ensure traceability with incoming and outgoing materials, they need to perform a mass balance using financial information. This financial information will not be provided to the ISIA, but is for auditor use only. Since FBS has the highest likelihood of adulteration, auditors will focus on FBS, but all serum types will be covered. For fetal bovine serum, Orotain samples are taken during the traceability audit. Normally, 2 samples are taken, but more can be taken if necessary. These samples can be retention samples, but must be at least 25 ml. Orotain testing provides an additional layer of confidence in the traceability system of a company. A majority of the company's primary products is fetal bovine serum, but the program does cover all types of animal serum, including donor animals. Because the checklist is split up into different sections, it can be used for raw or unfiltered serum, as well as finished filtered serum. So can a traceability certified company purchase serum from a company that is not certified? The answer is yes. However, in order for the serum to be considered certified, the company purchasing the serum must have performed an independent quality audit that includes traceability. This audit must be performed by the independent quality department. That means that the personnel performing the audit are trained in auditing and have no interest in the outcome of the audit. And the ISIA traceability checklist must be used. So why should a company become traceability certified? There are several reasons. First, it's good for the overall industry. Also, governments around the world support the program. And lastly, it promotes harmonization of standards throughout the industry. So how much does certification cost? The price of an audit is dependent on the size of the company. So for a smaller company with 2 locations, the cost would be maybe around $5,500. For larger companies with more locations, the price will be higher. And most of this is dependent on how much time the auditor is at your location, as well as how much time it takes them to write up all of the data collected. If your company is ISO 13485 certified, accommodations have been made to the checklist so that some questions can be skipped since your ISO audit will cover these. The first step to certification is to notify the ISIA at this email address. There is a procedure that explains the steps of the process, and ISIA staff are available to help with every step. The ISIA and your company will agree on an audit scope and a plan for locations to be inspected before the audit. The ISIA also has a list of approved auditors. So in conclusion, the ISIA traceability program has been in place for 14 years and will continue to evolve as needed to adapt to industry changes. The website contains up-to-date information on the program. And if you have any questions, please contact ISIA staff at info@serumindustry.org. And now we will take any questions. So please type them in the chat. Thank you for listening.
Hello there, everybody. One question that popped in my head, Nicole, that people might want to be aware of is we have a virtual audit program as well. If you'd like to say a couple words about that.
Absolutely. With COVID, we did develop a method by which companies who are already certified can get recertified through a virtual audit. That is not available for initial audits because we feel like being in the facility and seeing how everything works firsthand is critical to that very first audit. And virtual audits, for those of you who have been involved in them, can be a little tedious, especially at that first one if you don't know how the facility works already. But a virtual audit is definitely a possibility for recertification, and it can be a little bit cheaper as well. Yeah, good question. One other thing I didn't mention, for those of you who have a ISIA login for the website, the traceability checklist is on the website, and I'm sure Catherine, if you have questions, can point that out where it is for you. If you're wondering, if your company is close or, how your documentation and labels look, comparatively, to what our standards are. Much of what's in the ISIA checklist is fairly basic, easy to add things if you don't have those things already incorporated into your system. And it can really work for all the way from paper-based systems all the way to systems who are, all FDA compliant, and electronic.
Thanks for that addition, Nicole.
Sure thing.
Anything else for anybody? Okay, our next presentation will be in about a month, and it will be on the technology behind the geographic testing methodology that we're using. We have a question from Chris. Is ISI certification most likely to be required for FBS only, or for newborn and adult as well? Nicole?
Well, if your company wants to become traceability certified, then it would cover all animal serum types. The only product that is optional would be BSA. But if your company wants to become certified, then the fetal, the newborn, and the adult, those would all be included in the scope of the audit.
Hope that answers your question, Chris. This is something that we are finding increasingly. Large manufacturing companies are very interested in seeing that we have actually certified a company. The other thing that has happened is people walk in and they see the certificate on the wall and they say, that makes my life a lot easier. So I think it's something that's worth considering if you're in the area where you might be thinking about it. And certainly I know we have a couple of representatives from various regulatory bodies on, and if you have any further questions, we're more than happy to answer them. And if that's it for everybody today, we will catch up with you later.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.